Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. So something very interesting for you to think about. If you ever find yourself in a position where someone is labeling you using mean words, very negative words to describe you, to brand you, there is a very big chance that it's about them and it's not about you. That either those words, those labels hold meaning for them, that's how they feel about themselves, and they're just projecting on you, or they just want it to be true about you even if it's not, so they just want to make sweeping statements and make these comments about you. It is almost always certain that their own life is not going anywhere. They have a lot of stuff going on in their life that they have not taken time to process, that they are dealing with things maybe they don't want to deal with, maybe they have made bad choices in their life, whatever it is. But instead of dealing with their own shortcomings, instead of dealing with their own inadequacies, they rather project it onto other people so they don't have to deal with it anymore. See, all of us have some insecurities. We have things we are conscious of, there are things we don't like about ourselves, and we learn to accept them, we learn to deal with them, and we learn to improve on them. That is how life moves forward. But there are certain people who, due to whatever reasons, they don't want to deal with their own inadequacies. They don't want to deal with their own shortcomings, and instead they put up this facade of a persona where they are larger than life, they are this amazing person who can do no bad, narcissistic personality who probably has that they can't do anything wrong, and if they've not done anything, if they have failed at something, it's not really a failure, it's a mistake on somebody else's part. And often they resort to these kind of projection kind of let's say techniques, for the lack of a better word, to hide their shame, to hide their jealousy and envy of the other person. So maybe the other person is better than them, maybe they are younger, maybe they are prettier, maybe they are more successful, maybe they have what they want. So instead of acknowledging that and processing the envy or processing the pain or processing the sorrow, they'd rather project. So I've had a lot of such cases, and allow me to give you a few examples. One was when I started working as a personal trainer. Now, I had been certified as a personal trainer and specialized in various aspects like obesity, like diabetes, pre and postnatal, before I actually started working. I've been into sports, martial arts and yoga and other things since my childhood. So I've always been into sports, I enjoyed doing sports, so I decided to certify as a personal trainer just because I liked to study human physiology and anatomy as well. So it's like as a combination of both. And things happened in a way that I started working as a personal trainer as well. Now, physically I'm a broad individual, but I'm on the slimmer side. So those of who know me, they know me. Now, I've always been this way, and apart from the times when I have really ballooned, which have been a few occasions in my life, but the majority of my life, like naturally, I am a slim individual. So now when I joined and I started working, this person comes up to me and says in a very demeaning, in a very mean-spirited way, "You are going to be a personal trainer. How can you train people? Look at yourself, you're so skinny." That was when I was lifting at least twice, if not more than what they were lifting. They probably never lifted in their lives. They did not know what fitness meant. And sadly, they were at a position health-wise where they needed to lose at least more than 50% of their body weight. They would be classified as clinically obese. Now at that time I was a bit shocked, and I was a bit annoyed as well, that why would somebody say that, but not that bothered, because I am who I am. Like, I've been able to see myself as who I am, and I accepted myself. So now looking back, I understand and I realize that the person who said that to me probably had a lot of things that had not worked out for them, and that is why they were just projecting. Because to actually deal with the fact that they made a lot of decisions in life that had led them to a place where they were not happy, rather they were miserable. And now looking back, I knew they were miserable. Their actions, their behaviors showed that they were miserable. So they rather projected that on me. And this was not the only instant, like a couple of times more it happened. They ended up saying things and using terms that other people I did not know, were using for them. So, and the second time I remember, I was in a mall and I was walking, and as I walked in, I met someone. I knew this person from quite some time back, and I had not seen them maybe in a few months, and I see them and we exchange pleasantries, and they asked me, how are you? And I said, no, I'm doing well, I'm fine, thank you. And then they retort back with, you don't look so well, you don't look so good, what happened to you? Now, at that point of my life, strangely, I was feeling good, I was doing well, and I had no reason to feel bad. So again, I was a bit taken aback by those statements, and I just I don't really remember what happened next. Maybe I just just made some mundane conversation and then I went my way. But what my point is that people like this are dime a dozen. And another thing is that anybody could become like that. The moment you decide to turn your inadequacies, your insecurities, your own shortcomings onto other people instead of dealing with them, we start to go on that path. And that is why it's extremely important to allow yourself to understand yourself, to give yourself the time and space to know who you really are. And that way you also are able to stay away, and you're able to understand when somebody is actually projecting at you. So next time when somebody is being mean to you, when somebody is using labels to describe you as what you're not, as who you're not, instead of getting upset, which is the most human thing to do, which I've done so many times myself, it might be helpful to just really look at the other person and really see, why is it that they would say this to me? Why is it that they're using these terms to describe me, even though I know this is not who I am? And it will make for a very, very interesting conversation, and it will help you not just understand yourself, but also gain a better understanding of the other person, and also enable you to deal with them better in the future. So I hope you like this video. Do let me know if you've had such people project at you as well. And thank you so much for watching.